myself. Oh no, give me that cell. I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit. None of Zoom got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? Show's the most decimal. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. Samurai Champloo, the Zias, and B-Lou of the anime universe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. We're on the road to 300, and let's see what this got going on.
I don't think Mr. Beast is a real person.
Do they got any pictures of like his parents? Because it's like he just spawned out of nowhere, bro. They're talking about Logan Paul 10,000 times and shit.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like he a project baby.
But Mugen takes the most damage and ends up falling out. So Shoryu takes this as an opening to finish him off, and Mugen hit him with that.
They caught us, big bro. They know about everything. They know we selling guns. They know you aren't even a real anime fan. And you only watch Demon Slayer. Blast this dude. Come on, guys. Y'all know it was all a prank. Come on now. I'm a real anime fan.
What's the difference between flame breathing and sun breathing?
Ain't that One Piece?
Spell orange.
The fruit or the color?
The Edo period. Random rap battles, people wearing drip, being truly humbled under God, even people getting loose off that walkie gas. And also, zombies. Yes, I said it, zombies. But before all that, we have to go back to the very start of it all.
Do you think the key to immortality is eating lobsters? Since they immortal?
You are what you eat.
No, hold up, wrong start. This start. So look at all these freaked out dudes in a tea shop running the community value down to the ground, out here harassing one of our main characters named Fu. But that's not the only thing. Even the government of this land is extremely corrupted. Got this man out here on hands and knees begging for his life.
Did you just give me 3 V-Bucks? Hey, my samurai. Boom this man.
So before they could pack this good Samaritan up, our other main character, Gene, comes in to save the day.
Say they don't got the answers, Sway. They don't got the answers. Because then I would think about this. How the f do you know?
How dare you form your lips to speak disrespectful? You shall pay with your life.
So while Gene's over here getting his camos unlocked, we switch over back to Fu, who sees our next main character walk in named Mugen. And yes, we have 3 main characters in this video, guys. Strap in, it's about to be a long journey. So Mugen sits down and gets to talking to Fu.
Y'all think fish can see water? You know, fish breathe water. Now we breathe air. They breathe water. Like, you know how like underwater we...
Bro, what the fuck is Zias and B-Lou talking about? God damn, bro. Yes, fish can see under the water. How else they can freaking move around? The fuck?
Can't breathe.
So Fu ends up tripping over her 10-inch shoes. Like, I'm sorry, why in the world was this considered drip back in the day? Like, no disrespect, but nobody can figure out that these clunky shoes was not the wave. I seriously don't know what's worse. Them Fila shoes y'all was wearing, or them Crocs y'all be.
Hey, no Filas, I ain't lying to you. No, hold on, go back with that.
Not the wave. I seriously don't know what's worse. Them Fila shoes y'all was wearing.
These, bro, I'm still gonna cop me a pair of these Filas. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. But these is hard. This is like a new update to the Filas. So I'm gonna have to cop me a pair of these. I don't give a fuck.
All them Crocs y'all be wearing. Yes, Crocs are garden shoes. I can't believe y'all turned that into a style. So once Fu fell, it ended up splashing all over one of them thugs that was in the tea shop.
You good, Mud? Lil Mamas, you just messed up my perm. You must not understand. A pimp and a perm's connection looks like that's gonna require 2 fingers.
Oh my goodness. She just spilled a drink on him and got put into an unskippable cutscene? Just straight to fingers getting chopped off? So they literally paying food now and are about to chop her fingers clean off with no hesitation. And we gotta do something special. We gotta get a food useless counter and add it up by the end of the video. So Fu yells at Mugen and that she would give him unlimited dumplings if he saves her.
When dogs have multiple kids, are they twins?
Oh, so we got a smart guy, huh? What, you think you are some type of pioneer? I don't like people who try to teach me things. It makes me and my sword angry. What if I just chopped your head off right now?
Are all animals twins?
So Mugen chops this man's hand off, and all that tough guy talk went out the window. And hold up, what's up with these dudes' hairlines? And is that... Okay, I'm sorry. Don't kill me, guys. So first dude comes up and these dudes' hairlines. And is that...
All right, yeah, that's a good ass take. That's a good take. You know who I really was gonna say? That nigga DJ Ghost. That's the I'm finna say.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't kill me, guys. So first dude comes up and misses, and Mugen does a whole flip over the next dude back. Look at bro face. Oh, I'm cooked, aren't I? Head so. Then Mugen takes this dude knife and send him to the room.
Well, listen here, my pops owns this land, and I suggest if you don't want to get turned into my next victim, you stop this violence.
Very exact same moment, Gene walks in.
You jump faster or fall faster?
And right on sight, these boys start throwing hands. So Gene gets low, making a counterplay as Mugen jumps up. Mugen out here looking like a spider monkey climbing on everybody's backs. Let someone sit on my back in a fight. All y'all gonna hear is helicopter, and the entire block is going to be gone. Gene sidesteps, but Mugen hits him with the okie dokie. And look at Gene face. I'm telling y'all, Mugen is in the club breakdancing throughout all this entire anime. So they just terrorize the tea shop now, and Mugen throwing full-on blows that Gene is easily countering. But then the dude that got his arm chopped off came back with fire and was like, started burning the entire place down. So yeah, to make a short story even shorter, them boys Gene and Mugen got caught up.
It seems you apes burned my son in that fire. And now, I don't have to pay child support. So for that, I won't have your heads today. Your execution is tomorrow.
So then they both get thrown into jail. After the tea shop got burnt down, Fu finally decides that it's time for a journey. So Fu decides that Gene and Mugen would be the two to help her on her journey, and she is searching for a samurai that smells of sunflowers. I mean, the word on the street is that sunflowers don't even have a scent. I mean, just for that, I'm giving her a useless point. Don't be mad at me. I see y'all typing already. Put the weapon down and enjoy the video. It's okay.
Rocks came from big ass giants that had kidney stones, right? And their kidney stones is the rocks of the day. Like them big ass rocks you see was the kidney stone.
Nigga, what?
I'm not mad at the observation.
Come on, Zeke. I'm just being real, bro. You gotta think. Like, that's why the world is so big.
On to something.
Zeke, listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me clear. The world is so big because it used to be giants, so they had to roam around us. You know what I'm saying? Like at a exceedingly faster rate.
Yeah.
Now
bro,
everything.
What the fuck is I'm listening to? God damn, bro. This is a long one with being, bro. This about to be the whole entire video, bro. What the fuck?
Like got smaller.
I just learned what kidney stones was the other day.
Ha! It's no way I'm letting you near the prisoners.
I'll do anything, please.
Look at this freaky dude. Hold up, chat. Let's see how old Fu is. Oh, heck nah. Lock this bald-headed dude up. So then out of nowhere, this squirrel comes out and distracts him while Fu hits him with a double combo. Also, this animal is called Momo. Listen, there's only one Momo I know, and this fraud ain't one of them. Yeah, just for that, Fu gets a pointless counter. So Fu tells them she will break them out if they in return help her find the samurai she's looking for. But she done put all her stats in vitality and none in the dex. So the lockpick broke. Add another counter to that list. So the next day comes around and Mugen and Gene are about to be executed, but of course they both end up breaking out and started going on a pack them up kill streak. And she started throwing bombs on the ground, blowing the entire place up. So they ended up escaping, and Fu tells them that they would flip a coin to see if they help her or not. So she flips the coin, and of course in anime fashion, it lands on the side that she wanted. So that's how the long journey to find a samurai who smells of flowers began.
We can't let that monster out. Last time he killed all the villagers. Shut your receding hairline self up. One of those dudes took my whole arm. Not half, not just a little. My whole entire arm. This was my good arm. Them boys gotta pay. Hey, big fella, it's time to wake up.
So apparently this guy's backstory is he's just mad ugly or something. And the people in the village literally ran him out of the village. So he snapped and killed a couple people. And now he's awaiting for execution. So our crew ends up at another shop looking for food. And this girl Fu over here thinking she drinking water, and the entire time it was actually that forbidden juice, and she crashes out. I'm gonna let this slide because she is 15 years old. So while the two of them is talking and walking through the woods, this random girl comes out, barefoot and all, and you already know Mugen is right on top of that. And I'm already thinking in my head, why is some random girl walking in the woods randomly
with no shoes on? No nothing, bro? That's weird.
It seduces our boy already. So of course Mugen takes off and Gene goes to take a shower in the pond. So while they are both out, the guy from the tea shop shows up and literally stubs Fu out. This man needs to be locked up expeditiously. Like, what did Fu even do? So Mugen and the girl over here all cuddled up and stuff. And of course, as soon as they kiss, she done poisoned the boy. So he tells them that the one-armed guy is after them and that's probably already captured Fu. Meanwhile, Gene was just chilling as the old guy from the shop they was at just came in. And dude came in on some straight freak stuff, talking about some shh.
No, baby.
So Gene being Gene knows that this man is an assassin as they start headed towards the woods to throw down. And bear with me, guys. This anime changes perspectives like every 2 seconds. So at the same time that is going on, the people who kidnap Fu are confronted by the police.
One-armed man, you are under arrest.
Your phone ringing. Your phone ringing.
Mr. Freeman, I have terrible news. They've let him go.
Who? LaMilton?
Yes,
Well, I thought he was in the system.
the fools let him go.
He's out of the system? Oh, no!
Yeah, that was the wrong dialogue. He literally packs them up so quickly. So this big ugly dude and Fu are now in the same room, holding her hostage. And bro got to monologuing for no reason.
The rain. Oh, how I hate the rain, Ichigo.
Who's Ichigo?
They called me ugly. They said I have more of a front than a back. They even called me speed bump.
So all chaos breaks loose. Gene is fighting the assassin. Mugen got the Jiraiya treatment, is getting packed up. The ugly dude has a horrible face reveal. And then that plot had to kick in. The dude tries to kill Fu, and big fella was like, nah, I can't let that happen. And then murks the dude. Then that's not even all. Mugen and him go in for one final class, and he literally drops his sword all because Fu yelled not to do it.
That's crazy.
I'm literally balling my fist up right now. There's no way he just pulled that. So then the assassin's like,
It seems my employer has gone out of business. Good day to you.
and literally leaves while big fella just fades out. So Mugen ends up getting involved with this group named the Nagatomi gang, who's beefing with another.
Okay, so basically this series is basically off two ninjas. They're actually good, and this 15-year-old child that's trying to find. Okay, I'm learning something.
Another group called the Kawara gang. So the Nagatomi gang is causing an uproar in town and messing things up. I mean, look at these dudes. They beating the brakes off the other gang leader's son. So Gene sees this and becomes the boy's bodyguard.
Did you hear about on July 9th that it was the fastest day in the world? So I'm like, how do you have the fastest day in the world? And we have 24 hours in a day, bro. How can the sun rotate the fastest ever happened? I thought we was the earth.
What's that you're talking? You want to run that by me again, you peasant of a samurai?
So Gene just embarrassed them. And the reason why Fu isn't with them is because they literally dipped on her earlier. And of course, she's over here getting scammed. Listen, add that to the useless counter. So Mugen is having a meeting with the gang about taking over turf. And of course, the gang leader's right-hand man doesn't like Mugen. His name is Shishimatsu.
We don't have any room in our ranks for a scrub like this. Come catch me outside.
So with no hesitation, they get to boxing. And look at Mugen. This flip was so unnecessary. Like, what's up with bro? Is his jump button broken? And look at this freak dude and how he's looking. So Ishimatsu starts picking up speed, but Mugen parries. Then he hit him with the okie dokie, wrapping his sword up. But the gang leader is like, all right, boys, cut out the malarkey. So later that night, we figure out two things. One, Fu dumb self done got herself into a brothel, and she got tricked into it by this dude who purposely bumped into her. And two, apparently this girl right here is related to the boy at the shop by being his teacher. He was trying to get back an IOU, which I'm gonna be honest, I looked it up and it still don't really make any sense why he needed it back. Anyways, his actions was a direct correlation to his teacher getting put into a brothel. So Gene and the little boy plots on how to get her back and decides to use disguises.
Excuse me, my good samurai. Is it any work in the area? What the? Who the heck is that you got with you? Yao Ming? Take her to the back and give her a 10-day contract.
So as they're walking off, one of them asked Gene to play the shamisen for them. And at the end of the day, Gene is a certified samurai, so he could not take that disrespect. So where there is smoke, there is Mugen. So Mugen's like,
I don't think Mr. Beast is a real person.
Do they got any pictures of like his parents? Because it's like he just spawned
at the beginning of the clip.
Out of nowhere, bro. They're talking about Logan Paul 10,000 times. And shit.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like he a project baby. Like they raised him in the lab, and it's like we.
I go to text. They say you never forget your first love.
I told you I wanted us to live.
We implanted you in the industry. You finna take over the YouTube now. It's like.
This is your assignment.
This is your assignment.
And yeah, of course they run into Fu again. So once again, Mugen and Gene get the boxing trying to go enlightenment for enlightenment. So the little boy took this as a chance to go save his teacher. But she was like, no, thank you.
for I have found me a pimp.
You what?
And then he gets a chain wrapped around his neck and dragged. So the whole gang pull up on Cheetah and the boy. But Mugen is like, nobody touches Gene but me. So Gene hits them with the classic Batman disappearance, giving them time to escape. So the boy couldn't even let it go, even after his teacher says she's not going back. So this dude ends up stabbing one of the other gang members. And boy, oh boy, if you know the meaning for eye for an eye, you already know something's gotta go down. So the news eventually gets to his father and they end up making a deal. So they decide to play a game of Monopoly. And yes, I said Monopoly. And if you ever play Monopoly, you know what those two items are that you roll. Please catch on. I don't know how you two would treat me about certain words, but you guys know what I'm saying. So if the Nakatomi gang wins, they take the turf and they take his son's life along with it. So this entire time, this dude had planned on cheating. Once again, remember what you do in Monopoly, guys. So the roller was never going to show up in the first place. And let me tell you guys how useless Fu is, that the entire plot has to carry her. So she escaped out the brothel, literally got picked up and was mistaken as the roller, makes it to the place with seconds to spare, rolls it, and then loses. Yeah, see, I was going to give her a point off for making it in clutch time, but nah, I'm at.
She must be the most whole character in fucking anime history. Like, damn, you 4 for 4, my baby. God damn. 4 for 4? Golly, bro. And we only halfway into this, bro.
And on 2 points, because in order for his son not to die and for them to keep their territory, he literally had to off himself in front of his own son.
The fuck?
So the gang leader takes the son as hostage, and Mugen and Gene get to work once again. Even Ichimatsu had enough of his crooked ways and betrays him. That's for filing my taxes wrong, big dog. So him and Mugen meet up for one final fight and going for one final class, and Ichimatsu died an honorable warrior. So as our crew continue on their journey, like 99% of the time, they are all just super broke. So you know how they fix that? They join into an eating competition. Look at them going crazy on Nunus and stuff. And Fu over here out eating everyone. But then there's this weird looking man. So Fu once again ends up selling the bag and topping out of the competition on accident, which in return made them lose all the items they had put up as a bet. So the dude who won the competition comes up to them flexing with their own stuff. I mean, look how this dude built. Something not right about, bro. So this dude literally tells them the only way he would give them their items back is if they give him a tour around, because apparently this dude is a disguised foreigner.
We've got word it's an undercover Cardi fan hiding around in our town. Have you seen them? Cardi fan? I'll hit him upside the head with this 4x4 if one of them come around me.
He did think about this 4x10.
Best believe that.
Stop sign. What stop sign, man?
So of course the cops end up finding them. Like, man, look at this dude's head. Sometimes I forget the entire plot because we got dudes built like Dr. Eggman in the head out here. So Mugen tells the man to give him his sword back so he get rid of the fire around him. He's just like, nah. So you already know what time it is. First dude gets dropped and then Mugen hits the limbo and gets stabbed with a toothpick. The bacteria probably did more damage because I know they wasn't brushing their teeth back then. The Gene hits a dude with the bad girl's one-on-one move and stopped bro whole sword with the cup. But Mugen could not be out our farm and hit the Def Jam combo. It is never a point in time when you fighting where you should ever be looking like these. So they end up escaping again, and this entire time not only was the policeman looking for them, but also this Goomba squad too. So they end up getting caught again, and this time the other guys reveal they are foreigners too, Europeans to be exact. So finally he gives them their weapons back, and before things get even worse, someone comes in with the message from the shogunate, and you guys can dead serious watch the anime, but I had subtitles on and even the subtitles didn't help. So I'm gonna make my own dialogue.
Not these niggas just did some fucking Mario Paper ass shit, bro. This nigga just did some Mario Paper ass shit. What the fuck?
But anyways, Fu ends up asking him if he knows anything about the samurai who smelled the sunflowers. And at first he was like, I ain't no snitch. But then she shows him the skull that had belonged to him. And he says to never show anyone else this because it's very dangerous. And that she should look at a place called Nagasaki. So hence our journey to Nagasaki. Now before we get down to business, we come to find out that Gene actually has a hit out on him from his old dojo. The reason his old classmates are after him is because he packed up his teacher. And don't worry, we will get into that soon. So keep this part in mind. So meet a guy named Nagamitsu. He's been on a search for the best samurai in the land, but he's not one of Gene's old classmates. He's just looking for a fade with the best of the best. He doesn't even know what Gene even looks like, so he's out here challenging the complete wrong guy.
Whoa. Slow your roll now, gangster. My name is not Gene. Actually, I I don't even know how to use this sword.
And look at our main cast. I wasn't lying. Literally 99% of this journey, they are broken dusty or broken fighting. It's never an in-between. So Fu comes up with this bright idea to pawn shop some of their belongings for some money. So they get into the pawn shop, and of course he's just scamming them until he sees Jean's glasses.
Man, if all y'all broke, then just say that. Don't waste my time with this BS. I mean, the girl just brought in some fake lacquer from God knows where, maybe Temu or Sheen, and then you have the absolute gall to show me that fake ugly sword you bought from Toys R Us. Ooh, is that Cartier? Yo, I hope you don't mind me taking these off for a bit, do ya?
So they end up selling Bro's drip. Oh, nah. You see, I almost added a pointless counter to Fu just because of that. How you gonna make someone else pawn they drip? She better be lucky Jean just flexing on people because he doesn't even need the glasses. So they go and take the money to get some food, and in was Nagamitsu. He sees Fu and starts simping out. Bruh, this girl is 15 years old. So one of his subordinates comes up to her.
Excuse me, miss. Please take this golden apple as a gift from my group leader, Nagamitsu.
No thanks. I already
I can't think of a more chaotic matchup. Fireworks are guaranteed.
I already got totems of them dying.
And bro stands up and says it takes time to crack a pearl. That would be a bar if she was at 15. I don't care what era it was. Y'all don't even need to be dated. 21 and up. So bro gets to showing and spamming that designer brand. Yeah, don't think I forgot when y'all boys was hitting Pride Trooper poses, spelling that V on pictures. So like I was saying, where it's smoke, it's Mugen. This girl comes up to them and ends up getting them both drunk, and we know how this goes. Either they're trying to kill them or they're trying to get robbed. So let's do a test. Which one do you guys think it was? A or B? That's correct. It was B. She robbed them silly. So Fu sees them the next morning, and at first she thought they was dead. But then she makes them cut fruit off her head for some money. They end up getting enough money to buy Jean glasses back, and as soon as he put them on, it was like his wanted level raised. And this entire time, Nagamitsu wasn't even a real samurai for real, but his beatboxer was actually one of the students from the dojo. Dude's name is Ogura or Ugura, whichever one y'all want to go with. But literally, it doesn't matter because he literally never shows up again. And Jean makes quick work of this dude. So Ugura charges first, and Jean hit the moonwalk. And to a counter strike, sitting Ugura leaning back. Then Ugura hit a twirling move, and that was kind of cold, not going to lie. But Jean literally does the same thing, but better, and parries while turning around. Hold on now, Jean. I see the fit. So Ugura hits the same emote. They both clash, and then Jean steps on his sword and disarms him. And then ends up letting him go and says to tell the rest of the students, come get it back in blood. Now let's introduce Shoryu, formerly known as Ukan. Now this man named Zukyu ends up letting them stay at his place for free of charge and provided them with food. Now before we get into Shoryu backstory, Shoryu literally already packed up another samurai frame one, and even almost packed the Mugen up in another fight. Look at how he got Mugen caught in animation. Bro is sweating. Okay, back to the backstory now. So Shoryu was sent on a voyage by the lords of the domain, but a giant storm ended up wrecking the ship. They thought it was no survivors, but obviously he was one of them. So he ends up washing on shore and meeting these monks who ended up teaching him martial arts. So after 10 years, he finally goes back to his dojo and literally wasted no time packing someone up during sparring. So of course they had to ban Good Buddy. And after that, he went from dojo to dojo, taking out all the other dojo masters. I'ma be honest, bro was literally just crazed. It was no point in doing this. So we learned the reason that he's able to one-tap all these samurai masters is because he uses chi. So I'm thinking, this is where the anime introduces power levels. Bro, even Mugen.
I think they should start doing it like late in the series. Don't show it in the beginning, but late in the series. Not glad like anime does that sometimes though. On some real stuff.
Started going on a training arc. Man, they never mentioned this again. And there's only one other time I can recall where someone was probably using it. So yeah, I think Fu deserves a pointless counter just because of that. So Mugen and Shoryu go for a round 2.
The battle is over.
Mugen jumps over the first attack. The Mugen gets pinned down and Shoryu blows a hole through the entire bridge, taking the fight to the next battle scene. Swing and a miss, and they are low-key moving. Chest check into an upwards combo. Mugen low-key getting worked again. So they both charge up, they cheat, and blast at each other as both of their weapons go flying. But Mugen takes the most damage and ends up falling out. So Shoryu takes this as an opening to finish him off, and Mugen hit him with that and takes Good Buddy off the map. Now that we got Jean out the way, and to be honest, Fu really doesn't truly have a backstory, but I guess we can get to hers later. But with Mugen, we learn that he comes from an island called Ryukyu, and had to fight and steal in order to survive. But not only was he on that island, but his childhood accomplices also was too, and they ended up running into each other on the beach. Koza and Mukuro. Also, these two are brothers and sisters, and Mukuro literally treats her like a slave. And another thing, Fu ended up getting captured once again when they all linked up. It's like she's addicted to getting locked up. Anyways, Mukuro is like,
listen up, gangster. A little birdie told me that a huge cargo worth a lot of money is traveling here by tomorrow night, and we about to go full Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Are you in or are you out?
I'm not with you yet. Like, what's going on? What am I looking at?
and of course, at first Mugen wasn't in, but for some reason, they decided to play chicken with these horses.
Hey, I bet your horse ain't faster than mine.
And they literally see who would jump off the horses first. So they both end up not jumping off, and Mugen just decides to work with them anyways. Poor horses. This is how Minecraft Wars starts. Stealing diamonds and the horses and the dogs. So they started going over the plan with the crew and how they would be using the upcoming storm and barrels to sneak on the boat. While the ones in the barrels got on the boat, the others would sneak on the boat by the water, and they would be the getaway plan. And they also would blow the entire boat up while they were at it. And before they go on the mission, Koza starts showing obvious signs that she's madly in love with Mugen, but Mugen too pimped out for that. Once the mission comes up and we learn that this entire thing is actually a setup and that Mukuro is planning on betraying Mugen, because his sister was asking, what about Mugen? Why didn't you tell him the meetup point?
Don't worry about all that, sweetheart. Now be a good little sister and make sure you're at the point that I told you. I would hate to have to kill my own blood sister.
So the mission continues and Mukuro ends up making it inside the boat and instantly started choosing bad quest options.
My bad, boys. Looks like I spilled something. Don't move a muscle. I didn't buy this blick for no reason. Now take this parting gift from me.
And blows the bottom of the ship up, making the boat go on high alert. So Mugen and the others pull up and are instantly caught red-handed. So while Mugen is fighting for his life on the boat, Koza ends up telling Jean and Fu that Mugen is about to die. And look at Mukuro throwing barrels like he's Donkey Kong. They was way too late and the entire ship in Mugen gets exploded. Good thing this isn't Kame get killed. Also, this is even the first time Mukuro betrayed Mugen. So I don't even know why Mugen trusted him in the first place. So Koza ends up telling Jean where the hideout was. And I know this guy right here is random, but this is basically Koza's boyfriend who Mukuro was setting her up with just
I was about to say, hold up, I thought you was saying, I think you talked about that already. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
For his own evil intentions. Like, bro really extorted his sister just to get someone to help him steal the bag. So Jean pulls up and packs up Mukuro real quick, dodging bullets and stab her bro in the gut.
Well, I'll be damned. My baby sister really is a gangster. It seems like she's got the best of both of us, huh?
Yeah, this whole time Koza was plotting on her brother with the other dude, and that they both would just run away with the money. But apparently Jean doesn't kill women, so they ended up running into, you already know, Mugen. And bro couldn't even hold a candle to an injured Mugen and gets comboed up, and look at her. She's like, please end my life. And Mugen just keeps walking, gone like the wind.
Progressive wants to help, so we created a down payment assistance.
Shit, my bad,
Grant for first generation home.
Pasta may get all the fanfare, but it takes Olive Garden's sauce from scratch to make it something.
Look at this dude getting chased down by Leaf Village ninjas. So he ends up throwing a bag of money that eventually Jean ends up finding while they were out fishing. And they instantly go spend it all on food. And look at how food and how big she is. Fridge protector level 100. She looked like she done ate me. You in the whole dang store. So Jean and Mugen end up spending their money on a brothel. And food actually wasn't allowed in the area because it was a no woman zone. So Mugen and Jean meet this baddie and instantly start playing rock, paper, scissors. And Mugen ends up winning. Now, if it's one thing we all should know from this anime, is three things. Where there's smoke, there's Mugen. Mugen and women are never the good combo in the end. And this anime plot twist can happen at any given moment. So whole time this girl is an undercover cop. Oh man, this man Mugen in love with women is on par with mine. So she ends up snooping on the Leaf Ninjas and end up hearing that the dude running from earlier has got caught, which is one of her partners undercover also. They're also onto her now and know someone is a snitch within the group, and they piece together the timelines. So Mugen thinks he's about to get freaky with her, and she literally smacks this man upside the head with the vase. So he he thinks she's just being freaky and started trying to capture her for the love of the game. And once he pinned her down, she hit him with a BBL and puts him on the ground. But Mugen just built different, and she's finally like, all right, let's go to the other room, and takes him to the room where they was having a meeting. So she takes advantage of Mugen being lustful, and Mugen literally sends this man flying like Team Rocket. Then he free falls down this giant elevator right into the crime scene. These boys down here making counterfeit money. So she whispered into Mugen's ears, and Mugen instantly turns up and started boxing. Look at this dude. A swing and a miss and gets hit with a karate punch. Now, bro, go back to your family. It's time to put the weapons down. You just got hit with a basic karate punch with good form and all. But that's not worse than this dude getting a foot long to the face. So this girl is apparently the shogunate's daughter. Now, this is twice now the shogunate done been a part of this journey. Keep this in mind also. Anyways, they end up getting the entire operation shut down. And at the end, Mugen wanted to keep her promise of what she whispered to him. Oh, hey, look, a BBL. And knocks him clean out again and then walked off talking about some, well, that's the man I said I would marry. Bruh, what? So they continue on a very long journey to Nagasaki, and look at these dudes coming up to them beatboxing. So the crew ends up getting into an argument and they end up splitting up. But come on, guys, you all know that Fu worthless self can't have that happening. So she ends up falling off a whole cliff, bruh, and falling into the water below. So now we finally see what the samurai who smells the sunflowers sorts of looks like, and we see a kid version of Fu. Pretty sure you guys could put 2 and 2 together. This was like a dad giveaway. I'ma just say it. This whole time she been talking about her father and didn't tell them nothing. Honestly, to think about it, these two had to be just bored to follow someone just because they flipped a coin. Anyways, Jin ends up running into another one of his old classmates named Yukimaru, but Jin is in passive mode and literally told him to tell the others he killed him and jumped off a cliff too.
Now hear me the fuck out. How do you get a BC, but we was created by the Lord?
Nah, that's giving Mary Jane vibes. Y'all remember when she jumped out the window for no reason? See, Spider-Man better than me, because I would have let her drop. But yeah, Jean is of course not dead, and Stanley Fu isn't either. But we continue with the story. So Jean ends up finding Fu, who's being taken care of this dame named Okaru, who is wanted by the police for burning an entire village. But in reality, the people was corrupt and they burned the entire village down, kids and women included. So he raged out and packed some people up. So like I said, where there's smoke, there's Mugen. So Mugen and this guy had a couple encounters already. Also, Jean classmate caught back up to him. So Jean had to pack little bro up, and he literally goes, oh, I just wanted to be more like you, big bruh, and gets deleted. Well, back to Mugen, I guess. So
imagine dying and you hear somebody just saying it. I always just wanted to be like you, big bruh. Ain't no way, bro. Like, real talk, ain't no way, man.
Mugen and Ogro having a legendary fade until the police force shows up with fire arrows. So Ogro decides to turn himself in, and yeah, that did not end well. And bro just falls off a cliff while on fire. Are we serious right now? So now we see these two dudes searching for a girl that Fu is hiding inside their new abandoned shelter. Every single time Jean and Mugen are away, some dude comes and mess with her.
You're not one of them rent a girlfriend fan, right? Like stupid, and I'ma blow your head right off.
So they end up leaving and Fu doesn't even check to see if they fully went away. So before they come back and kidnap them, Fu shows the girl the skull and to look into the skull and that originated from an island called Ikutsuki. So yeah, she gives that info out and now they get kidnapped. But yeah, look how this dude backhands Fu. So the town is on lockdown, making sure no anime fans are sneaking in or are sneaking out.
Go ahead and step on it to prove that you aren't a rent-a-girlfriend fan, or else we will have to kill you.
I'm saying, why isn't these security verification? Like, they think I'm a robot or something?
And before any more chaos can happen, some dude shows up on a horse.
Listen, my anime lovers, we shall push for the love of our passion. These
God damn, the nigga nose big as a bitch. God, shit. Damn. That nigga nose big.
People only loved us after the great shift and still don't respect us.
And started blasting people and then took off. Did this dude just do a drive-by on a horse? So later that night, Fu ends up finding out the secret hideout, and this is looking like a cult. I mean, it's not, but it just looks like it. So I don't know why Fu thought it was a good idea to go here, but she better be lucky Jean is always watching because she got locked up again. But this guy, he's a total fraud, by the way. Bro's running a secret weapon business and profiting off these people. Look how ugly this dude is. Bro is looking at everything but us. He keeps trying to force himself on the girl that Fu was hiding earlier and keep trying to marry this girl. And look at this dude holding a pocket rocket. So the girl ends up telling the crowd that this man is a fraud and he wasn't going for any of that.
Man, you stupid.
You obviously was sent by the devil.
And before he could send Fu to her maker, Gene and Mugen show up with this guy running up to them.
They caught us, big bro. They know about everything. They know we selling guns. They know you aren't even a real anime fan, and you only watch Demon Slayer. It's rats, big bro. They caught us, bro. Put the gun down. They know we are some frauds.
Look how he looking. Like nobody even saw that in the crowd, but now they know. And he blasts this dude. So he starts airing the place out. And what type of bullets does this man have? So he misses Mugen and the entire cross falls on bro. Divine intervention at its finest. So his entire disguise starts coming off, and he's like,
come on, guys. Y'all know it was all a prank. Come on now. I'm a real anime fan. Let's not get too hasty. What's the difference between flame breathing and sun breathing? Ain't that One Piece? I guess the jig's up.
And pulls out a rocket launcher. But good thing it malfunctioned. He ended up blowing me. And once again, we see our crew at a tavern. Now these group of guys are over here harassing this blind girl named Sarah, who gets pressed by these goons.
Looks like you strut into the wrong turf singing those songs, Missy.
Hey, did you roll in from Stupid Town, Missy?
Please unhand me, you receding hairline imbecile.
And Mugen headbutts bro. So they go on running out the store. So Sarah ends up bringing them home with her and pays for their meal because they helped her. So they ended up touring together for a little while as she went and did more shows. So after a while, Sarah opens up about having a child that she wasn't able to take care of because she was blind. So at night, while she's soaking in some water, of course Mugen freaked out self hops in there with her, trying to pull out some moves. So she knows it was Mugen, and Mugen is perplexed because she's blind and asks her how did she know it was him. She starts explaining that since she's blind, all of her senses are heightened and that everyone has a certain aura about them. Shorty basically Daredevil. And before they went off the bed, Sarah asked Fu if she could do her a favor and asked her to pick which one of them would leave the group and help her go see her child. Now, not long after this, we are quickly introduced to some ninja that's telling her to make sure not to forget her mission. So now we know something is up with Sarah. But the next morning, Fu ends up asking Gene to take
I don't know, this background song is actually hitting. Hold on, I might have to turn it down a little bit though, but you know.
Her to go see her son. So Gene and Sarah end up heading out. So later that night, Sarah doesn't even say a word and literally instantly throws a dagger at Gene.
Please forgive me, but I must kill you now. Do not resist. It's nothing personal. And please remember to vote for Rent a Girlfriend for Anime of the Year.
She hit 3 code emotes before charging Blade first, forcing Gene to weave. So she's not letting up on Gene, but as soon as Gene went on offense, she started unlocking crazy agility stats. Remember guys, this girl is blind moving like this. And Gene tried to hit her with the backslide move, but she wasn't falling for it, hitting an army roll out the way and posing some more. So she started putting hands and feet on Gene, and no cap, I ain't seen Gene get beat up like this in the entire anime. So Gene decided he's not taking a L and drops them both off the bridge. Now the next day, Fu and Mugen overhear that the bridge they was on collapsed, so they run and go check it out and drag out Sarah. Later in the day, Mugen figures out from her belongings that she's actually an assassin, so they get ready to battle it out. Emo and slice right in the face. Look at how Mugen's swinging. Did bro just forget how to fight? She over here twirling on that boy, forcing him to retreat back. Then she slices the whole boulder. Nah, the aura sensing I can understand, but she got super human strength too. And look at her blasting pebbles at this dude. So Fu comes out with CD2 fighting for their lives and go a bam before Mugen gets caught in the stomach. And Mugen starts bleeding out, but before she can finish him off, Fu jumps over him and begs her not to kill him. So Sarah, being a good person at the core of her heart, decides to leave him be. Now Gene isn't dead, but he did get saved by this weird guy, and bro was on some Iroh stuff, talking about some you must move with the flow of water in order to catch a fish. So Gene heads back and talks to Mugen. Now with Sarah, we learn that she's actually being used and her child is under their custody. If she completes what she has to do as an assassin, she will be able to see him again. So Mugen and Sarah go for a rematch. Sarah slices through the rain and Mugen hits his signature backflip. She got bro hitting all types of lean back defense. So Mugen starts to lock in, throwing a fatal blow, but Sarah just ducks it and they both go in for one final blow, and Sarah had him beat but stops herself mid-swing and Mugen slices her.
I've realized something. Why does Gene wear glasses if he can already see?
And then dies. But in reality, she figured out that the people using her was lying this entire time, and her little boy had been gone for a long time already. All right, now let's speed things up just a tad bit. Only because these are like filler episodes, but I actually enjoyed them so much. Anyways, our crew falls into a pit, and since it's dark, Fu think these two are Mugen and Gene. Nah, she done walked into a freak cave, the Diddler's cave. So she screams and Mugen slices off this man's entire arm. So they skedaddle. Then they come out the cave and see these guys buying away looking for treasure. Mugen just throws this man his handbag like, excuse me, my brother? Is this just normal all of a sudden? So the boss of the miners come out and starts telling them that 5 years ago is when he started looking for this treasure, which is meant for his family, and he's one of the descendants of it. So he tells them he would give them 10% if they help him look for the treasure also, because he's running low on manpower. So of course Fu isn't down for getting to the bag. It's like, what are you here for? You don't want to get no money. You don't want to fight. You can't stop getting kidnapped for 4 seconds. Anyways, they start working for him and look at this dude's arm. It's right back on. Like, how? So now I'm all types of confused. So a few days later, they start realizing that something might be up. See, time in here isn't the same as it was outside. It's like the Percy Jackson casino. So these two are over here talking about the time period, and one of the dudes says the Kamakura period, and they both are completely thrown off because they are in the Tokugawa period, which is like 500 years apart. I mean, this man is out here summoning zombies, bruh. So they figured out that he's not even a part of the family tree and that they have been wasting their entire time because it's not any treasure. And this is the most random thing, but a giant asteroid comes and blows them up.
Nigga, what?
To Japan, and the world around is slowly starting to get more modern. The age of the samurai is dying.
Y'all got 2 days to get your best baseball player? Well, we coming back with guns.
So our crew ends up getting wrapped into this because they tried to dine and dash and ended up getting recruited by a guy named Kagemuru. Man, we just call him bro Kage. So the Americans pull up stunning on them boys. And look at their team. They got Fu on it, so now I know they about to lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the other team has a dog and a squirrel on their team. It will take a miracle for them to win this one. The first pitch is underway. A fastball. He hits a bunt and runs to first base and is safe. Another contestant at bat, and he crushes it center field. Now Mugen steps up to the plate, and it seems he's using a two-bat technique. But the pitcher is going to intentionally walk him. But Mugen knocks the ball out of the ballpark. Home run.
Then Mugen runs past the person in front of him, making him go out. So now it's just these 4 left to hold it down. Fu just stand there and gets striked out. The old man literally has a heart attack while walking.
That is crazy.
My history, sonny boy.
The dog walks because the strike zone was too small, and then fake Momo gets scared and runs off. Fu, how you got an animal that's not even loyal to you? My goat would never. Now, one of the secret police was watching the play, and this guy was introduced way earlier during a drug bust, but we go keep calling him policeman. So Kage ends up pulling some Kakashi level type stuff and tells him to join the game. Whereas bro, not just on second base. But yeah, the policeman did absolutely nothing. Then the Americans just started cheating. So they started dropping bodies. Bro hit a wrestler move, and this other dude threw his BBO on the guy and sent him to his ancestors. Brass Knuckles came out, they started stealing the bases. Look at all of them out of commission. So they switched sides, and Mugen standing like that one Huey scene. Mugen just started packing them boys up one by one and even broke someone's rib. They ended up winning by default, sending the Americans back home. All right, back to the plot at hand. Right, guys? Now that Fu is about to reach Nagasaki, the Shogunate has requested the top hitman to go after them now. Remember how I said, remember the actions of the Shogunate? Well, since the very start of the journey, they have been tracking them the entire time. So Fu finally reveals that the samurai she's been searching for is her dad, who led in a raid many years ago and now has the highest bounty on his head in the land. So in order to find him, they knew that Fu would eventually go searching for him. So the Shogunate hires this man as a person named the Hand of God. His name is Kariya.
Come take a small sniff of my sunflowers, dear sir. You've went through all the trouble to come visit me.
And they also hired these 2 guys who would be calling Thing 1 and Thing 2. The first chance they got, they started dropping bodies. Even this dude who was minding his business in his own tea shop. So Fu ends up taking the boat alone to the island to go finally see her dad. But she was too little too late, and Thing 1 was already there waiting on her, and Kariya just casually strolls up on Jean and Mugen.
Isn't the sea perfect today, my enlightened thinkers?
Do you think the key to immortality is eating lobsters? Since they immortal?
You are what you eat.
Mugen goes in first, and Kariya moves so fast that his sword literally started disappearing for a second as Mugen barely dodges. Easy parry, dodge, and Mugen twirls out the way. And Mugen starts throwing hate bells to try to get him off his game. And this man is the strongest in the land. But bro started phasing through Mugen, pushing him into the water.
My, I sure hope you put up a better fight than him.
So Kariya ends up telling Jean that he was the one that ordered his teacher to try to kill him, and that he's his teacher's teacher. So Jean and Mugen go at it, water blasting in the air. Mugen almost getting put right back into the water, and Jean just unlocked the ability to walk on walls out of nowhere, and they started scrapping on the wall. So then bro turned into an airbender, handling these boys in a 2v1 with ease. So then Thing 2 was like, you
Let's save the girl, or she'll be gutted like a fish. Oh, how delightful.
And look at Korea sitting down.
It's almost time for me to have a snack. One of you, go save that worthless child. And the other, stay and die by my sword.
So Mookie goes on a boat to go save food, and look at her captured again. You would think by now she would develop some type of survival skills. So Jean goes all out and they are moving. Jean dodges, but his glasses get taken off, and that's one clean Instagram picture I can't even fake. So they both speed blitz each other. Man, these 2000 animes love doing this final move, huh? Anyway, Jean ends up getting packed up. Meanwhile, Mugen beats the brakes off Thing 2 and ends up falling in the water and fighting underwater, except Mugen actually wins this match. So now Mugen go fight Thing 2, but Thing 2 makes him drop his sword if he wanted him to release Fu. So now Jean got a box with no sword. He starts getting a generational butt whooping. Arm got crushed. Bro was getting dragged around like a dog, getting power drove through a wooden pillar, but Mugen hit him with that secret inventory, and that was enough distraction for him to get his sword. So Mugen out here dodging even while on low HP, hitting Good Buddy with lateral movement, but whole time he was tricking dude into making the entire building collapse. They fall to the beach, and Mugen is on the run again. But Mugen throws his sword, put bro into a reverse forward Nelson. Thing 1 throws his scythe as it got caught on Mugen's sword, and then Mugen makes it come back full circle, and Thing 1 and Thing 2 was no more. But Mugen literally gets snuck by the dude in the wheelchair. Gun department, stupid. In a wheelchair, cuz you can't be serious, cuz. So while Fu finally pulls up on her dad, she sees that he's already sick and is about to die. Then Korea shows up and comes in like,
lovely home you've got here. Okay, time to die now.
And packs him up right in front of Fu. Oh my goodness. She just did this entire trip just to find out her dad is sick and then watched him get control or deleted in front of her. I just almost felt bad for her. But not only did he have to kill the father, he had orders to kill the entire family.
Hey, it's nothing personal or anything, but the entire bloodline gotta go if you don't mind.
And packs up the old man. What the old man even do? He's not even a part of the family. And finally, Fu starts running for her life, but she ends up running to a cliff. Like, why? But luckily, Jean pops back up looking menacing. So Jean has one more ace up his sleeve that his teacher had taught him, but it requires him to leave himself wide open for an attack to pull it off. So it's a last resort because most likely they both will die. So they go at it one last time, and then Jean leaves himself wide open, but pulled the move off, taking out the hand of God. And apparently Mugen is still alive too. So ladies and gentlemen, we can safely say that Mugen is officially bomb-proof. And after all of that, the three of them eventually went their separate ways. All right, guys. So first things first, Fu, you should be ashamed of yourself that the number is where it's at right now.
Anywho, alright, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media, pop on the screen. I see y'all when I see y'all. Love y'all to the bottom of my heart, and I'm out.